Hello, welcome to Module 9 of My Mastery. Now we begin the third of the programs, and this is my crisis. Now you've figured this out, there's a distortion effect. Sometimes distortion is attached to choice and don't allow you to begin. Sometimes they're like my little son and they won't keep going, they'll just sit down and have a tantrum in my conflict. And here, in the blue zone, it's crisis. Something happens externally and it overwhelms the system, and then it has an always and everywhere distortion. Something happened in your past, there was a crisis, you gained a narrative and attached to a narrative of knowing that instead of it being unique to that situation, that crisis, you attached it to all crises. So every time a crisis, this part goes, I can't, and it has a frozen effect, and this distortion freezes. And then you kind of get paralysis, and you don't know what to do, you kind of freeze. In a particular type of crisis, everyone has a distortion, and it kind of surprises people. I've had a profoundly dangerous life. I survived 3 near-death experiences before I was 24. By the time I was 13, I was a little mini-combat veteran in the streets of Northern Ireland in a war. And yet there are crises that happen that I just freeze. I just, oh my goodness, what happened? Let me give you an example. Anything that happens to my son, he just had his tonsils out, it overwhelms my system. I completely go like, what am I going to do? My wife looks at me and goes, you can free solo on a cliff, you can survive in the streets. I have worked with terrorists, I have worked with profound, dangerous gang leaders, and my son going into surgery, I am like a mess. And so there's this crisis where a distorted part of me goes, I can't deal with that. And everybody's going, are you crazy? He's just getting his tonsils out. And there's a crisis, and this crisis freezes me. We're going to use a system. Remember, like, we want to pause the distortion. In my crisis, how you pause the distortion is activate the energetic persona from my life. There is a subconscious category when my passion, when my energy is ignited, this part of me comes out. And for me, that is Atlas and the energy of the room and all of that take a knee and carry the world is activated, the passionate part of me. And then we press play with 2 distractional, 2 attractional, certainty, curiosity, confidence, and clarity. You've got this passionate certainty. It is, because this is something beyond me that's happening to me. It is certain. Atlas, that's the persona that shows up in my energy, navigates crisis. We're going to get around this and through this because of place and purpose. Thank you very much.